Nupur Sharma is a member of the National Executive of the Bharatiya Janata Yuva Morcha. Typically in the past, the BJP has been among the parties which first reaction to these incidents is it's not racism. Rahul Ishwar is a social activist. He's from the Sabarimala Trust. He's among those people who refuses to believe that there is racism in our country. He's one of those people who is typically in a constant state of self-denial about racism being there. Dr. Alana Gonmai is founding member and secretary of the Northeast Support Center and Helpline. She has personal experience in dealing with this problem. Rito Broto is a young member of parliament of the Rajya Sabha of the CPIM. He's from Hyderabad, joining us from Hyderabad. And Bina Lakshmi Nepram, well-known social activist. I'd like to start with you, Bina Lakshmi. Do you believe that at least today, because we have debated this before, I'm sure you remember? Yes. And I'm sure you remember the kind of ostrich-like approach which was shown by Rahul Ishwar, you know, when he kept saying that this is not racism, it's not racism. At least one of the times when we debated it last time, and he said it's a great country, don't call it racism. At least, do you think today people like Rahul Ishwar should openly admit that they were wrong, you know, after these series of incidents, that this group of people like Rahul Ishwar and the others, the politicians, should accept that there is a genuine problem of racism in our country, not a law and order problem alone?
Forget Rahul Ishwar. In 1967, India signed the United Nations Convention to end all sorts of racial discrimination against the people of the North, of the world. And if a country signs a UN convention, it has to be made into a law. For over 40 years, the country has itself had that Rahul Ishwar approach of ducking under the, literally like an ostrich. The second point is the government of India instituted the Baysborough Committee report, which is now with the Home Ministry, which acknowledged that there is racism in this country, and yet we are not doing anything about it.
Yeah.
So yes, there is this approach. I thank you Times Now for taking this issue up, and it is time that the nation realizes that racism is not only when a young boy from the Northeast is beaten, his head shaved off and shamed. It's also when Shah Rukh Khan endorses Fair and Handsome. We have got, as long as we've got as long as we have that attitude towards looking at others in that particular way because of race, the way our food smells, the way we look, the way we don't look like a normal, the way in which in every sense, till that happens, then there will be. So I'm like, today it's time to wake up. And at this time, with more than 300 cases of racial attacks or cases recorded at the Northeast Helpline 1093, instituted by the government itself in Delhi NCR, where more than 60% of the children from Northeast come to live, work, and study. It's high time that we rise it. It's going to be the darkest Diwali month ever. Northeast people do also celebrate Diwali. But this year, we will not celebrate Diwali in defiance against the continuing racist attacks. We think these are politically motivated. It's high time that we strike at the roots. And the Northeast Forum for Racism and all our team members and the community of Northeast and people who love the Northeast in this country, we stand to ensure that this is rooted out.
Absolutely. And I stand with you, Bina Lakshmi. You know, I'm from the Northeast too. And if anyone were to say that, you know, you are not as Indian as anyone else, and to say that, you know, we can identify people from the Northeast and target them. And in the case of Awang and Chester, both from Nagaland, they were warned by their assaulters, who, by the way, are yet to be apprehended. You leave Sikandarpur. Okay, you leave Sikandarpur because you are from the Northeast. And now I see your hand go up, Nupur, but you need to realize this, you know. Chester, one of the victims. I find it unacceptable. No, 1 second.
That was just
I find it. No, let me complete. Chester, one of the victims, has his hair chopped off while being beaten up. Now recall that the murderers of Nido Thaniam also had mocked his hairstyle, and the assaulters had chopped off Chester's hair. The appearance of a person is the reason a person is targeted.
True.
Appearance of a person. So I'm saying at least you would accept today there is racism in our country.
There is obviously deep-rooted discrimination in this country.
No, not discrimination. No, don't use the word racism. Say racism.
I'm not going
to
racism.
Journalism.
Say racism. What discrimination?
Of course there is.
Do we feel embarrassed to admit there is racism?
Arnab,
There is
please allow me to
racism.
complete. If
No,
you
one second.
come to
First,
me-
admit racism. Don't use the word
There is,
discrimination.
and I'm surprised that you started.
Regionalism.
Allow me to complete.
What do
I'm
you mean?
surprised that you started this debate by saying that the BJP has opined previously that there is not.
Yeah.
Because if I remember, as recently as the Aam Aadmi Party government in Delhi, Mr. Jaitley, who's today the finance minister, came out highly condemning what Somnath Bharti did in Delhi.
Something. You know
So
something.
there is obviously a
I'll
problem.
tell
There
you.
is a deep-rooted
I'll tell you.
problem in
No,
India.
once. You know, after the brutal murder of Nido Thaniam in February this year, Mr. Modi invoked Nido in his speeches in Arunachal Pradesh. Okay. First of all, that was later. The initial response after Nido Thaniam's death, I remember it. Right? It was from all BJP leaders who says, it's deplorable, the incident is deplorable, but for God's sake, it is not racism. Don't create a wedge, we were told by some BJP leaders. Don't create a wedge. This is not racism. And they said by calling it racism, will you bring that boy back to life? I'm saying by denying it's racism, will you bring that boy back to life? Why does it embarrass people to say there
I'm
is
sitting on your
racism?
show, Arnab. I am accepting there is a problem.
No, what
There is a
problem?
racism
Call it
problem
the
in
racism
India.
word. We are the first
I'm using
people.
the word for
when
you.
Indians
and
are
I'm
the
surprised if the finance
Regionalism.
defense and hang on a minute. If he's accepted there is racism, of course we face this problem. And you know
I'm
what
saying-
the
I'm
problem?
saying don't camouflage it.
Can you please allow
Don't
me some minutes so I can
camouflage it.
complete?
No, don't camouflage it. Don't call it by any other
I'm not-
name. You cannot
I
solve the
use- I
problem
use
by
the word
denying
racism.
it.
Arnab, I'm using the word racism. I'm not denying it.
Thank
There
you
is
for
a
saying
problem. And the way we are
Problem.
killing each other, we are at the throats. There is a deep-rooted prejudice that we are
Prejudice,
living with. And
racist
so many-
prejudice.
Of course, there is racist prejudice.
That's
we
it.
have a problem, and I'm going to go even to the Dholakwa rape case of 2005, if you remember. It's shameful. I'm a lawyer. Somebody from my community came on in the court and said, you know, the way she dresses, the way her lifestyle is, she was inviting trouble. I mean, it's pathetic because we are on each other's
No, I'm on a
throats.
very
We are
specific
ready to
point.
kill
Is
each
there
other,
racism
and
against people
maybe
from the Northeast?
Victims, we as victims. there
Should
is-
I open up? I'll
What do
open
you-
up to calls.
what-
I'm
what do
telling
you
you,
want me to say? I'm
once.
accepting there is racism, Arnab.
To the hashtag tonight, ladies and gentlemen, wherever you're watching this, you know, I'm a proud Indian. I'm a proud Indian. I'm proud to be from the Northeast. I'm very proud to be Indian. But I think it doesn't make us better Indians, Rahul, by denying that there is racism. Even if it is one or two bigots, we need to call those people out, okay?
True.
And we need to call them as racist. We can't say, oh, you committed a crime. You beat up a boy. You attack somebody because of his appearance, because where he was from. What do you want to do? You want to ghettoize people? You want people from the Northeast to live in ghettos? You want them to feel insecure? Do they not contribute to Bangalore and Delhi and Mumbai and wherever they live? Will we not make examples of them? But you know, people like you, Rahul, people like you, who are embarrassed to call it racism, people like you are contributing to these problems happening because these guys think we'll get away by saying it's a local scuffle. It's not.
No.
You
Arnab,
understand,
three
Rahul?
things. One.
Yes.
Yeah, one thing.
Call it racism,
I'm
Rahul.
embarrassed.
Reform. No, don't say you're embarrassed. It
Because
doesn't
such a
help.
thing is,
It doesn't help. Saying I'm embarrassed doesn't help.
because such a thing is happening. Second thing,
No.
those who attack Northeast attack the very idea of
You're
India.
repeating
We are
the
all
same old
sat from
record now.
Kashmir to Kanyakumari, from Gujarat to
Same
Northeast.
record you're
The
repeating.
third thing, whenever
Same
we
record.
address a
Veena Lakshmi
solution,
remembers this.
whenever we address a
Veena
problem,
Lakshmi was on a
we
debate
should-
with you.
No,
Veena
hold
Lakshmi
on.
was
I know,
on a
I
debate, the
remember.
same
I
record you
remember.
were playing then
We
also. Because
I
you're
know.
embarrassed to
No,
call
no,
it. You admit
no.
it's racism.
We
You admit
shouldn't
it's racism.
aggravate
When
the
a person,
problem. We
you
should
admit
try
it's
to
racism.
alleviate the problem
Oh,
and find a
alleviate the
solution
problem
for
for
it.
what is the problem?
I have personally spoken to many political parties, and all political parties understand that this is a serious issue.
You see that-
This issue is of regionalism, linguistic
Regionalism.
chauvinism.
You see
But when you brand it as
Regionalism.
racism, it has other
Regionalism?
connotations
What
which
regionalism?
can potentially
What
have
region-
much more
What
dimensions.
regionalism? No, what regionalism? That's rubbish. I want to go to Dr. Alana
This is-
Goenmai, Rita Brata, as well as to Veena Lakshmi, and I'll go to Priyanka, of course. Regionalism. Now let me
converted
tell you. No, 1 second.
India into
What regionalism? You consider what the three told the victims, as has been reported. They said, quote, if you outsiders know how to eat food that is produced in Karnataka, you must learn to speak Kannada. This is India,
Linguistic
not
chauvinism.
No, 1 minute. Linguistic chauvinism. This is India, not China.
True.
He says, he's
Very
quoted, this is India, not China. What do you mean? What do you mean China? I say the people from the Northeast stand there as proud members of an Indian nation. And I think those people are disgraceful. These are the people who are not truly Indians who tell these people, who work
Absolutely.
in their own country. This is India, not China. What do you mean by that?
See, nobody
What
is
do you mean?
denying these
No,
facts.
and then you say
we are totally
regionalism. Come on, regionalism.
You're commenting on something.
I'd like to get
and
Dr.
Arnabji,
Arnab on
let our debates not fuel fire.
Fuel
we shouldn't
fire.
add fuel to the fire. We should
Fuel
try
fire.
to put water to the fire.
Really? It's not
Arnab, I just have
racism?
one comment to make here, please.
Alana Gonmai,
Yes,
is
yes,
there or
yes.
is there not? Alana
Let-
Gonmai, is there or is there
Yeah,
not
let-
an implicit racist angle?
Let
to
me
all
come
this?
in. Let
yeah,
me come
yeah,
in.
doctor.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
See, that is the problem. They don't want to accept that racism exists in this country, number one. This is one of the reasons why we cannot address this issue. They will say that if you are a Bihari, they will call you a Bihari. If you are from Madras, they will call you Madrasi. These are some kind of justifications they will make. Because you cannot speak Hindi, that is why you are insecure here. So they will have multiple reasons because they don't want to say the word racism. This is one thing. And coming to the recent incident, there was a huge, fight or a big fight in the month of March, 30th March. And I believe that there could be the same group of people who have done the same thing in this recent case in Gurgaon. Because they say that why did you file an FIR, in that 30th incident on 30 March. This is what they told them. Then we told you from that time onwards to leave the Sikandarpur area, but you people are not going. So this time we spared you because you both are from Nagaland. And then when you go out, you tell all the Northeast people to leave Sikandarpur. See, this is the kind of statements, these are the kind of languages that they have used. So are we still waiting for more dead bodies? And in a society, if somebody's hair is chopped off, this is a shame. Because they shame the society, they shame the nation. That is why their hair should be chopped off. But these boys, what have they done wrong? They did not do anything wrong. So what kind of, racism exists in this country? Are we not ashamed of ourselves? Stop talking, but start thinking of what you are supposed to do. We are fed up of all those statements, emotional statements,
Listen to that,
talking
Rahul.
about trees and rivers and the beauties of the Northeast.
Yeah, the people, I agree with you. Alana, the people of the Northeast don't need to be patronized, and I'm saying today, this is not only racism. What has been seen today in Bangalore is a form of xenophobia. Because what these people say, one second. 3 assaulters in Bangalore, they told their victims before beating them brutally, coming to you, Ritobroto, and I'm quoting from the complaint letter submitted to the Bangalore police by Michael Hauke, one of the 3 victims. This says, the miscreants too were having food at the same stall when they questioned our rights to even eat food because we did not speak Kannada. Let me quote their statement. If you live in Karnataka and eat Karnataka's food, why don't you speak Kannada? So clearly, the provocation for the assaulters was that the victims are from a different state and do not speak their language. If this is not xenophobia, then what is? I don't know why some people get so embarrassed. Of course it is.
Exactly.
And I say, one second. This channel, Ritobroto, this channel fought a battle for Indians who were the victims of racist attacks in the year 2008 in Australia. We made the Australian government apologize and acknowledge it when it's happening in our back door, Ritobroto. We want to hide like ostriches and believe it's not happening. We want to pretend it's not happening.
What is happening basically, it has been continuously happening from the Nidotanium incident. One after another incident is coming up. This is a clear-cut racist bias in all these attacks. There is a clear-cut racist bias. This is continuing. What we are demanding, I will tell you just about an incident. After the Nidotanium incident happened in February, 2 ladies from Manipur were assaulted in the Kotla Mubarakpur area. And after that, on 13th of February, in the parliament, there was an unanimous resolution condemning the attacks. And on 14th of February, just stone throw away distance from the parliament, in front of the Vittalbhai Patel house, peaceful protest of the Northeast students were going on. There was a brutal lathi charge, completely unprovoked brutal lathi charge took place. And interestingly, 2 of our MPs, one from my party, CPIM, and another from CPI, they were went there and they were also arrested for participating in that protest. So this is the incident. One after another incident is happening. What I believe, my party strongly believes, we will definitely take up this matter in the coming session of the parliament. A very strong anti-racist law needs to be enacted.
No, but
because
these politicians
incidents are
don't do it.
going
No,
on.
no, I don't
Not
know.
these
No,
people.
no, of course it needs to be enacted. It needs to be enacted. And I'm coming to Priyanka. By the way, phone calls are buzzing behind us in the newsroom. I'm going to take a few callers. Please stay on the line. My question is, Priyanka, it is racism. Is it not racism when you issue an open threat to someone who visibly appears to be not native to the state you question, speaks a different language, compares him to a Chinese and then wants him to leave the state because he does not speak the same language that you speak? Priyanka?
I won't hesitate in calling that racism, and
So-
no, I wouldn't hesitate in calling that racism.
Then why do
Rahul
your
is
state
saying
governments
something else.
why
He
does
calls
the
it
Haryana and
regionalism,
Karnataka
she
both
calls it
Congress ruled
prejudice.
states?
No,
Haryana and Karnataka are both Congress ruled states.
now can I?
No, 1 second. 1 second. You
Okay,
Haryana and
Arnab,
no
if I
1
may make
second.
a-
No 1 minute.
No, you have to give me a second.
No, you have to give me a minute.
Second.
Listen to my question. No, today you have to give me a minute.
Why
I am asking you. No, I am asking you.
Sure.
I am asking you.
Sure.
I am asking you. You let me. Haryana elections are happening, right? So you think these northeast people who are there are not a vote bank, okay? I can assure you, Priyanka, if Bhupinder Singh Hooda thought those people from the northeast were a vote bank, no, then ACP Dalbir Singh would not dismiss the concept of racism like in the way that he did. Where is your chief minister today? You, in this country, parties like Congress, they only care for vote banks. You know, the people from northeast are not a vote bank, no?
The Home Minister downplayed the issue.
They're not a vote bank, no?
The Home
They can be
Minister
treated like
downplayed the issue
anything.
in
If I
Karnataka.
can make
No.
a
They
point.
can be. I say your chief minister in Karnataka and in Haryana, do they have the guts to put these people up, put them on television? I'm saying use your state-sponsored and put those people up who are the racists. Let the people of this country ask them questions. And let's make an example of those racists. No, let's make an example of these racists. Why was the police whisking these boys away, saying it is not a racist attack? Why was he doing it? Why was he doing it?
Why did the Karnataka Home Minister downplay the issue? You need to ask that also.
No, explain to me. Why? By the way, where is Rahul Gandhi now?
No,
where is Rahul Gandhi now?
Allow me to speak. Come on, what is Rahul?
What is Rahul Gandhi? In the Nido Taniam case, he stood on the stage because he wanted votes before the election. Where is he today?
Can I?
Where is he today?
This is
Where is she? Where is he today? Because you don't need the votes of these people, you see.
Request the central government. Please request the
Central
central
government,
government
central
and
state.
ensure that all that the
Madam,
Besbarua
your
report had
Home
mentioned
Minister-
is implemented.
your Home Minister
Please,
downplayed
there
the
is
issue.
there is
No
nothing in the
statement from the Chief
IPC.
Minister. It
There
was
is
the
nothing in the
National Home
IPC.
Minister, Mr. Singh, who
No,
called up your
please.
Chief Minister.
You
Forget
are
about it.
equally
This
guilty.
budget-
BJP
this
government is
budget
equally
Keep blaming
guilty.
each other. Keep blaming each
Kiran
other.
Rijiju outside when the
Please.
Chinese president
You
was
have
visiting.
ignored
We saw what you all
northeastern
did in
states.
Ahmedabad
Don't
with
talk about the
northeastern,
central government
people
now.
from northeast.
First you need to
No,
tell
listen,
me-
Nupur,
Arnab, you
Nupur,
need to
you
ask
have no
what
face
Nupur.
to show
First you need to
because
tell
considering
the
you have a
entire
minister of
country,
state
like
for
Arnab is
home
asking,
who is
you
from
tell the- you need to tell the
who said
country
he would take
why
up
did
this-
the Karnataka
would take up
Home
this
Minister
report on a
downplay the
priority
issue?
basis
He called it
and
an isolated
refuses to
incident.
take
You
action
remember
on
2
it.
years ago, when the BJP government was in power,
this is not a
the Chief
political
Minister
issue,
had to run helter-skelter just to quell rumors. Just to quell rumors that there were problems of an attack on Assamese people in Karnataka.
Thing you can do, but no, by cross-talking.
Why
No,
did
you
your
are
Chief Minister
cross-talking.
not
You're
come out and
allowing
give
me
a
to talk,
statement? First you
Nupur.
tell me that.
If you want,
Why did your Chief Minister not come out and give a statement? Why did your Home Minister downplay the issue?
You have to let me speak.
What
without
did your
you
Chief
interrupting,
Minister do
Nupur.
in Karnataka?
Right.
Nupur,
Where is
please
Mr.
allow me to
Hooda in
answer.
This is not a
Haryana?
political
Please.
issue.
ridiculous
We shouldn't
debate.
rub salt into the wound.
Why is it not a political
It's
issue?
unfortunate we are-
It is
No, no,
why
why
is it
not a
not?
political
No, I
issue?
have
Who's
just-
saying
Why
it's
is it not a political issue?
We
No,
have
I tell you, I'll make it a political
Because this is a national issue of
There
is
Indian
a problem
integration.
with us.
This is not about party politics.
Oh, it's not because you don't care for people who are not vote banks.
It's a political issue.
You're not willing to look into the issue.
Northeast
of
is
the
in our soul. Northeast people are our brothers and
want your
sisters like
lip
any
service.
other place. We all realize that there is a problem, but the difference is only of approach. We realize there is a clear and present danger of people getting divided among
I can't
regional,
hear anybody.
language,
Even if
chauvinistic
Priyanka is saying
lines.
something,
We
I
should
can't hear her.
unite
I don't
people
understand
and
what
we should
she's
not
saying.
rub salt into their wounds. We should not brand it racism and we should not perpetuate
1
the divide.
minute.
I being from South, I know race can be a very touchy word. You people in North India should understand that. Then again a North-South racial divide will come.
See, this is the
Race
prejudice.
not
You
the
people
right
in North
positioning
India,
of the
what is that
argument.
supposed to mean? What is that supposed to mean? You
See-
people in North India, you people in South India, you people in Northeast India, that is the problem I'm talking about. And actually at the very start of this debate, you are outsiders. I'm sorry, the Constitution doesn't allow you to call anybody who's Indian, who's an Indian citizen by birth, as an outsider. The Constitution bars it. You can move around anywhere in the country. You can live anywhere. Madam, please, what is your problem? I'm not even talking to you. I'm talking to Rahul Ishwar here. That is the problem.
Why was he kept away? Why was the Minister of State for Home kept away? Coming from Northeast, why was he kept away when the Chinese president was visiting? I want to know from you, while you go and talk big about being outsiders, etc., and not calling it racism, where was your Minister of State for Home when the Chinese president was visiting? Why is it that you all have not taken the best one report on a priority basis?
He had other commitments. No, he had other commitments. If you read clearly, why don't you answer why your Home Minister has downplayed the issue today? Why did your Home Minister in Karnataka said it's an isolated incident?
You know what
Why did your Chief Minister not make a statement? I'm sorry, maximum number of these cases happen in Delhi. You were running Delhi government for the past 15 years. Priyanka Chaturvedi, answer that. You were running the Delhi government for the past 15 years.
Arnab,
What
I would like
happened
to come
then?
in.
It's under your home minister.
What happened then?
I would like to
Why
come.
are you not answerable?
Nupur, it is Delhi has the highest cases of discrimination.
Yes, Delhi has the highest cases of discrimination
We
done
can
under
see
Sheila
a
Dixit, who was your Chief
half-empty
Minister from
glass
Congress.
as either a half-empty glass or a half-to-be-filled glass.
Commitment, talk about
The choice is ours.
What is your Home Minister doing today? Why did he downplay the issue? Why did Mr. George downplay the issue? Answer that question.
I
Get
want
the
to
people of
answer.
the
1
Northeast
minute.
speak now.
Veena Lakshmi
Get the
Nepra
people
wants
of
to come
the
back to the
Northeast
debate.
speak now.
You see what happens? 1 second. I want an answer from a man called ACP Dalbir Yadav.
The Chinese president.
Acha, the Priyanka 1 minute. You see, Priyanka, you see 1 minute. Priyanka, can I come in?
Why don't you answer what happened?
Priyanka, can I come in?
Yes, I do.
And
Yes,
by the way, I have a lot of callers.
Answer, madam.
I can
1 minute,
answer
Arnab.
only if you
Ms.
take it at a
Chaturvedi,
national level.
your
It
Chief
goes
Minister
beyond
did not make
borders.
a statement.
It goes beyond
Your
boundaries.
statement is not
It's
proactive.
not a
Your
state
party
issue
is
anymore.
decimated.
It's a national
The-
issue.
The national Home
It's a
Minister has to
national
tell your Chief
issue. You
Minister
should
to
be
remind
If it
ashamed.
is a national issue.
Considering maximum
Arnab,
cases
this
are
is
coming from Delhi.
precisely
You should
why
be
we
the
are now
last one
saying.
You see,
talking
Veena
about
Lakshmi.
this.
No, no, no. You know what happens?
You
You know,
may
Now
not
Veena.
say-
these are
You see-
politically motivated attacks. Politically, today I'm saying, after many years of dealing with racial abuse, murder, sexual assault, and killing of even Northeast women and boys in the other different metropolitan cities of our country, we are seeing exactly being played out. Politically motivated racial attacks are happening in today's 2014 India. We, the people of Northeast, 45 million citizens living in 8 states, we are deeply pained. We are absolutely feeling insecure at this stage. A lot of children are feeling a state of insecurity right now. And the political parties continue to point fingers at each other without thinking of the nation first and deciding how do we ensure that the 45 million citizens of our citizens of the Northeast live in a certain state of equality in this country. Racism in India is not only when there is attack at the food joint in Bangalore or in the streets of Delhi. It is also in our policies. Arnab, the Armed Forces Special Power Act, we have got both on the streets of Delhi as well as in the policy making, where you still feel today if there is racism on the streets in different 6 states of Northeast right now, there is a virtually army rule. In the world's largest democracy, shameful. This itself is a racist law. And if the Congress and the BJP, please tell us today on this particular national television that you will remove those kind of prejudices itself. One country, I keep saying, one law. Yeah. Why one country, two law? Yeah. This itself is racist.
You see,
so at every level, from the streets to policy making, there is inherent racism in this country, and we the people of Northeast want this.
Opening up to callers, Rito Broto is on. Our first caller is also live. Maninder Singh will be our first caller. He's a student from Hyderabad. Maninder, good evening. Rito Broto, I'm coming to you. Maninder, good evening. Yeah. Thanks for holding on.
Yeah, good evening, Arnav, and it's a pleasure to talk to you.
Thank you. Same here.
What I'd like to bring it to your notice is that this is not the first case of racism attack. because there have been many incidents. For example, I can tell you that a few years back we had an incident in Maharashtra where Raj Thackeray was actually against UP and Bihar, people from UP and Bihar, and then we have a case of Andhra, Telangana. No, people of Andhra can't come to Telangana. So, and in Tamil Nadu, we have another case where until you talk in Tamil, people will not talk to you and they never will care about you. And whereas in Delhi, you have a case where Northeast people are being attacked just because of the way they look. But I'd like to tell you one more thing, and that is that, I am a Sikh, and let me tell you that even I am a victim of racism since my childhood in school times, where my class student used to actually attack me and they used to tease me and try to insult me. And so these are not the first case, and then I was very on this subject, so therefore I did some Google search, and I actually came to a result that India is the second most racist country after Jordan, because
Maninder, that's precisely the point. But problem that I find is that we are not willing to acknowledge it, and then when we speak about, we're not willing to debate it. We're not even willing to consider an anti-racism law in our country. Are we, Dr. Alana? Are we any closer towards such a law? And this government...
Not at all. Not at all.
Yes, Dr. Alana.
Not at all. Even if you go to the Academia Forum, they will say that it is a struggle for survival, and they will say that there is no racism at all, and there is no space for debate.
Yeah, so but are we any closer? I mean, are we any closer towards an anti-racism law? I remember before the elections, everybody made big promises, right? No, because they were probably eyeing the votes from the Northeast. No, one second. Let Dr. Alana come in. Dr. Alana, are we any closer?
There's already a draft anti-racial law that the Northeast India Forum Against Racism have developed with experts from Delhi University Law, faculty and others. So there is elements now, because as I said, India signed the Anti-Racial UN Convention in 1967, and it's a duty of the government of India to make it into a law in this country.
And Nupur, just calm down a little bit, because when Nido Batanian was murdered in Delhi, the BJP attacked the Congress government law and order machinery, which was controlled then directly from the center. The fact of the matter remains, Nupur, that these attacks haven't stopped even after your government came to power. You tried to take political capital of the attacks when you were in the opposition. I don't need to give you the list of attacks that have happened in Delhi on people from the Northeast in the recent past. So just keep a little bit of sense of perspective. Rito Broto is coming back to the debate.
We are actually trying to take it very seriously. Please allow me to complete.
Is this racism or not is my question. Is this racism or not is my question.
Indeed it is. I'm not denying it on your show. There is a racism problem in this country. I'm not a North Indian, I'm an Indian. Let me just be called an Indian.
Don't give me lectures, please.
Can I just come into the anti-racism law bit? No, can I just... Obviously, that's what I'm getting at. Can I just come on the anti-racism law bit? Because since you asked, the Delhi High Court has directed in September the Ministry of Home Affairs to submit a report by 12th of November, this 12th of November. By 15th October, all states were asked for an action report. Like I said, law and order is a state subject.
No. The BJP has sat on the recommendations of the Bezwarua Committee report for a while. The Congress was wrapped by the Delhi High Court for non-compliance to an order. 1 minute. It passed in February. The order had called for the centre to consider bringing crimes against people from the Northeast under the purview of the SC/ST Act, creating a helpline and sensitizing the police to the concerns of the people from the Northeast. Not only did you wake up belatedly to the realities of the problem affecting people from the Northeast, you were also slow in taking action when it mattered, which means you're all very good at all this giving lectures. In terms of actually acting, you do nothing.
I don't agree with you.
You do nothing.
No, I don't agree with you.
You may not agree with me.
I'm sorry, Anna.
I want to make one point.
You're concerned about the Northeast.
After the Nido Taniyam incident, another incident continued. The Manipuri girls were attacked, then a young lawyer, law student from Nagaland, she was molested. Then when she went to the court, a gang of lawyers beat her and telling her that you withdraw the case. Things are happening, and you were talking about sensitization. You see, when African students were attacked by a mob in the metro, police were there, but police were not bothered about the incident. Actually, any government, be it central government or state government, cannot continue in a denial mode. There are racist bias in these attacks. Immediate enaction of a strong anti-racist law is the solution. These brothers and sisters of ours, they are from our country. Now, the way these people are being attacked in different parts, it is continuing. Nido Taniam incident has not stopped these attacks. These attacks are intensifying. And the way and the manner, these barbaric and heinous actions, and the administration at different parts are in a denial mode. That is most unfortunate. So in this coming session of the parliament, as far as the left is concerned, we are going to take
a strong
anti-racist
I have a suggestion.
of the hour.
I have a suggestion.
Needs to be enacted.
I have a suggestion. My suggestion is that we should start by sacking a man called ACP Dalbir Yadav. Because he's the only person, he should get an award for coming to a conclusion before beginning an investigation of a case. He says, no, it's not a racist attack. And then he goes on to say in the next sentence, we are investigating the case. So before he investigates the case,
then what
he
is the meaning of the investigation?
comes to a conclusion it's not a racist attack. I want to ask Bhupinder Singh Hooda, who apparently from the exit poll results is going to get out of the Chief Minister's chair. Let him do one good thing before he's out of the Chief Minister's chair, which is sack this ACP. If the Chief Minister cannot sack this ACP for doubling up a racist attack with an apparently subjective comment which itself reeks of a great amount of prejudice, then I think he has no right to be there. Priyanka Chaturvedi, you see, lectures are very good. But do you have the courage to say Bhupinder Singh Hooda should sack the ACP?
Goswami, we have a Prime
I know my
Minister
name. Should
who
Mr.
ensures
Hooda?
How wouldn't it be nice? Wouldn't it be nice if our Prime Minister also enacts the law which the Best Barua Committee
I don't like
had
this
requested?
passing the buck.
Oh, that
And
is
also
happening.
all the other,
Miss, what you didn't do for 10 years,
no, it's
the
not
BJP
about passing
did
the
in
buck.
this
It's
union
about
budget.
thinking of the nation. It's
In
about
this
the
union
nation
budget,
first.
madam,
Listen,
54,000 crores
I
just for the
didn't come here to make
development
it
of
a
the Seven
political
Sisters.
debate.
You were
should be-
sleeping on it.
Nupur,
I'm sorry, you
should be
never
ashamed.
worried
You should be
about the
ashamed today.
insurgency.
Alana,
I'm sorry, you were
Alana,
sleeping on it.
You're
You
trying
want
to
to
Alana,
start with
something which
BJP
is
and
not
Congress, and let's
defensible.
get to BJP
What
and
are we
Congress.
talking?
You know,
There has
there's
to
a
be a
problem
law.
point
Let's
noted,
have the
and
Prime
we have
Minister
actually
take the
taken
first
care
step.
of it.
Let's
We at
have
least
him.
made the
Let's
first
have
move
him.
in the budget.
No, when
The
you have
fact
a
that the
Minister of State for
Minister,
Home,
Deputy
Kiran
Minister of
Rijiju,
State, Mr.
let's
Kiran
have them-
Rijiju is
let's
actually
have them
acting
take
on the
some
Base
steps.
Barua Committee.
You know,
What were you doing
by
for 10 years?
going on
My
interrupting
question
me
is,
and
what
not
were you
allowing
doing
me
for
to
10
make one
years?
single
This is the
sentence
first time, and
or
the
allowing me
confidence
to
of some
complete
people
one
in the
single
Northeast
sentence.
has
You're not
actually
Keep
doing
fighting.
the party
up
a
in the
favor,
government.
or
Keep
your
fighting,
government
and I'm
getting
going to my
favor.
next
Let
caller.
the
She can't
Prime
go
Minister
without
walk
facts,
the
Arnab.
talk.
She
He
can't
spoke
be
a lot
lying on
about it
national
during the Nido
television.
Tania case.
You see,
while
this
he
fight
continues
which is
being
going on,
silent
what's
now.
it-
Let's
can I
have
come
a
in
central
between-
law in place. And
Can
let's
I say
ensure
something to
that
Priyanka and
every
Priyanka and Nupur? No, watch it. I'm only speaking to Priyanka and Nupur. Can I have only them on air, please?
You can keep blaming.
Priyanka and Nupur, can I say something to you? Priyanka and Nupur, can I say one thing? Can I please just one? Can I say something to you, Priyanka and Nupur? The only satisfying thing from the intense fight that both of you are having, the only thing that I find satisfying is both of you acknowledge it's racism. Now you can keep fighting on who's acting against it, but I think both of you acknowledge it's racism. So you are Congress and BJP. Go and enact a law. Simply. Do it.
She still doesn't call it racism.
No, say don't do this
because
television.
it would be difficult for them to pass that law.
You can call it by any other name. Today I want Rahul Ishwar to
Probably
admit it's
La La
racism.
Land, Ms. Chaturvedi. I did.
Okay, I am also putting another question with this call today. Should people like Rahul Ishwar admit it's racism? I want to hear that from people like Rahul Ishwar. People who are in a permanent state of denial. And by the way, I'm going to my next caller. Swaroop is an MSc employee from Bangalore. Swaroop, good evening.
Hi, Arnab.
Hi, Swaroop. And Rahul Ishwar, listen carefully. Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead, make your point.
Yeah, so I see that both the parties are more involved in debating about the passing of racism law, whereas we should be fighting as a country as a whole. Before thinking whether I am from Bangalore or whether I am from Northeast, I think I am an Indian, and considering the time it's taking to pass this anti-racism laws, which is really the need of the hour, why not book these people under the Gunda Act? I think the first responsibility falls immediately on the state government, and secondly on the central, which is having a bigger purview. So if center takes time to pass the anti-racism law, go ahead and book the culprits who appear more like antisocial elements in the Gunda Act.
I take it. I take it. The Bangalore police, it seems, based on the FIR that has been filed, still doesn't consider the attack a hate crime. The fact of the matter remains that Michael and his friends were assaulted in your city, Swaroop. after they were compared to Chinese and that they didn't speak Kannada. So I don't understand why section 153A or section 153B that relates to hate crime, including race, has not been invoked in this case. It's just illogical. You see, we have a police force in Bangalore and in Gurgaon which wants to support these gunda racists. And we have two chief ministers who don't have the guts to call out these gunda racists and call them what they are, that they are damn racists. And we have people like Rahul Ishwar who say they represent the views of the youth of this country who are nothing but in a state of denial and who want to come and give lectures on India. Don't divide India. You know who's dividing India? You know who's dividing India? People like you, Rahul Ishwar. People like you are dividing India by giving a cover to these racists. People like you are dividing India.
Empty glass. Either it is a half empty glass or it is a half to be filled glass. We would like to see, police would like to see it is a half to be filled glass. We acknowledge the reality, but we know the nuances, the problems if it is going to be branded as racism.
I want Alana and Beena Lakshmi to respond to
laws to be enacted. It is to be a half to be
Alana, one second. Alana is responding to you. Rahul, Alana is responding to you. Alana Gonmai, you heard that, Alana? You heard that, Dr. Alana?
Yes, what is his problem? What? Oh my God, what is your problem? This is the mindset that we're trying to deal with.
Complete mindset.
And you are sitting there right there and giving that kind of statement. Oh my God. Oh my God. I have no words to express.
And I think, Arnab, the very fact that the caller before has said it's under the Gunda Act, we actually, a team of people from the Northeast actually met Mrs. Susma Swaraj before the elections. And this is precisely, in the Indian Penal Code, there's nothing which can book someone for a racial crime. That is why we have asked and appealed for an anti-racial discrimination law, which is not only for the people of Northeast. There is also racism happening within the Northeast, where ethnic groups are slaughtering each other. Non-Northeast people are being attacked also in the Northeast region. So we are actually appealing to the consciousness of the larger community. And today when the BJP, the Congress, and right now in Delhi, which is not ruled by either of their parties, where we had, besides the Besbara committee, we also have a Delhi committee which was formed under the previous Aam Aadmi party, but now on the LG government, right now is doing nothing on these particular issues. So whether it is the two parties or different non-parties, right now the nation together has to realize that we need an anti-racial discrimination law. A draft has already been prepared. We call upon all the political parties, if you want to build an India which is equal, inclusive, then please enact this anti-racial discrimination law.
Absolutely.
And Rahul Ishwar, I don't know why you keep inviting him to this particular channel time and again. But yes, please, sometimes racism, I repeat, please go and understand the definition of racism. Racism is not just, as I said, it is also when you discriminate someone from the way race, ethnicity, religion, sex, different kinds of way.
I will take your face.
So
both of us from morning till evening.
Alana saying something. Alana, what's it? Yes, Alana.
Delhi or whatever other parts of India.
And let
us come back together and share our experiences. Then you will know what it is like to be a person from the Northeast with a Mongoloid face. And I will also know what it is like to be an Indian with a different face. That is a simple example for you.
And it is also the very
watch it. Alana, 1 second. Watch it, Beena. Alana, when a straight thing is said sometimes in a direct way, like the way you say it, it's difficult to digest. And Beena Lakshmi asks me today a valid question. Why do I call Rahul Ishwar on this subject? You know why I do? Because I think people like Rahul Ishwar need to be reformed for their views on this subject, Rahul. Right? Because you have to be in complete denial.
Only one line.
No, Rahul. Listen,
not only mine.
Rahul,
millions share my view. We are sensitive to people of Northeast. We respect activists like Beena Lakshmi and Naprem. But we know the other side too. We have to balance, and the mainland, the establishment, the police, the ministers have to strike a balance between addressing a problem and aggravating the problem. There is a huge difference between aggravating and addressing the problem.
What is the mainland?
What she meant, not what
is
I
mainland?
said. She said, what is to feel like an Indian with a different face?
This is
What they meant,
particular
Indian with a
mindset.
different face.
Yeah, so
we Indians understand the problem in the right context.
No, 1 second,
but
1
we
second.
want to
No,
strike a
please, no,
balance
1 second.
and not
because
aggravate the problem.
No, because the first part of what Alana said was not put on air because I couldn't get her audio. I want Alana to express her point of view clearly. So, Dr. Alana, we missed out the first part of what you said. I want to repeat it again so that
Yeah.
your voice goes out to the maximum people who can
Yeah, I
understand
was-
where you come from. So, I'll close with you. Yes, Dr. Alana.
I was saying that take my face, see,
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
and then I will take your face, and then both of us, we will go out and explore the whole city of Delhi or other parts of India. Then you will come to know what it is like to be a Northeast face, and I will also come to know what it is like to be a face from other parts of India. Because what I'm trying to say is that it is not because of the way that we dress, or it is because of the way we eat or anything else, but it is because of this face. Forget about the other parts of my body, but because of this face, the moment you see this face, that is the problem. The problem starts there.
Arnab.
Well, I think,
Arnab,
Alana, you
I can
expressed
give
it
me
there.
a
I'm
minute.
We
closing
have
at
many
that point.
faces, but one heart.
I'm closing at that point. Accept the reality. Act before it's too late. The Modi government can do something, and political parties
We
can
will.
come together for
We've
once.
already-
I think
we've already
they
been
should.
proactive
I
in
thank
this
you very
regard.
much for joining me on debate number 2 on this very important subject on the News Hour tonight.